Hello and welcome to another episode of Driveway Dudes. Wristwatches. They come in all shapes and sizes and all prices. And what do they all have in common? Well, the majority of them anyway. They all are powered by a battery. Now, you can buy a watch for 99 cents or you can buy a watch for 9,999 euro or dollars, but they'll still need a battery, and I'm going to show you how to replace one. For this job you will need latex or nitrile gloves. When you're working with electronics, you try and avoid skin contact. Now this is the watch here, and the battery went in it recently, and with some watches on the back it gives you information, but in the case of this one it doesn't tell me what battery I need. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to open it. Now again, some watches have different ways of opening. There's screw types, press types, and this one here is I need to prise it open with a screwdriver. So what I'll do is I'll just get a small screwdriver and we'll try and prise it open. Sometimes they're actually quite easy and sometimes not so. Right, lucky enough I got it, and you will see with some of them they have a little rubber ring. Now just be careful and try not to damage the ring. And there's the battery there. Now the battery is a 920W. Now the W stands for low drain, and you can also get a 920SW, which means high drain. Now the difference between the two is the high drain is more designed for watches that are multifunction, whereas the low drain would be suitable for watches with no extras. But you can put an SW into a low drain watch and it'll work fine, whereas you can't put a low drain battery into a high drain watch. So what I did was I had a look at the model of the battery and I ordered one online, and I got it sent from a well-known website, and it cost me less than €2 including postage. Now going into a jeweler's, with some jewelers they will look at the value of the watch and charge for the replacement battery accordingly. Not saying all jewelers will do that, but some do. The last time I left my watch, or a previous watch, into a jeweler's, because it was an expensive timepiece, they charged me accordingly. I checked out later and found that the battery for the watch was only €2. They charged me more than 25 times that. So I've decided to do it myself. So what you do now is you get a smaller screwdriver and prise the battery out. Again, you can touch the mechanism if you have gloves, and just be careful that you don't cause any damage to anything else. There we go, just popped out. Put it down to one side and we'll remove this battery from its packaging. It should just pop out, or if not, we'll just peel it. And there we go there. Now remember the position of the battery. There are two sides to a battery. You have your positive and your negative side, and this is the way the battery was in the watch, so we'll place it in that way. Again, just placing it in and press down gently and it should just slide into place. or not. Let me just try that again. It's awkward with the little gloves, but it's necessary. That's fun. It's like going to be a game now. So we hold it and put it down and hold it in. It appears to be spring loaded. And now it looks to be in place. Now when you're replacing the back cover, you will see on the cover there's a little notch here. That's where the winder would be. So remembering that, place it over where the winder is and press down. And you hear those little clicks, and it appears to be. Now all we can do is give it a moment and see. And if the battery is working, the minute hand will move. On some watches they have second hands, and it would be quite obvious. But this one is got minute hands and hour hand, and you have to be patient. Yes, there is a barely perceptible move there, so the battery is working. Now the SW battery is a high drain battery, and in some cases it may last longer than the prescribed time of 1 to 3 years. The battery is also made up out of silver oxide, which is one of the newer technologies. Previous batteries were made from mercury oxide, and it was considered lethal, whereas silver oxide is better for the environment. Some of the newer watches and some of the smart watches use a lithium ion battery with their rechargeables. Again, lithium ion batteries are more expensive, and I'm not sure if I could get one that match for this watch. I've probably saved myself about 50 bucks. You too can do it if you feel that you really want to save yourself a few bob or a few dollars, a few cents, and you could give it a go. If you're unsure, you can ask us for advice, and we'll be happy to help in any way we can. Well, that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching. You can drop us a comment, like, share, subscribe, and you can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Blogger and Instagram. Thank you.